Hi everyone, this is Krista with Art Graphics Studio. Today I'm going to show you how to upload and assemble this pop-up, light-up Halloween card. The lights light up when the card is opened, so let's get started. If you have not already downloaded your SVG file, you can go to my Etsy shop by going to etsy.com and searching for Art Graphics Studio. Then scroll or search for the SVG you're looking for. If you are a Cricut Design Space user, you may be able to access my free designs. For more information, see my note at the end of this video. Once you've purchased your components of this project, you'll need to upload them into Cricut Design Space. Now, some of these components are PNGs and some are SVGs, so we will upload our SVGs first. Now, I have already uploaded one. I'm going to delete that so that you can see the process. Upload image, browse, go to where you keep them. This will be Halloween. And here's our SVGs. So we'll open up that one first. And we'll upload it. Then we'll upload the next one. Same location. And we'll upload the next one. This will be the last SVG. Now we're going to upload the pings. And I keep them all in the same place. Now this one will work a little differently. We'll go to Complex, Continue. It's already got the background deleted, so we don't need to do anything there. Apply and Continue. And we're going to choose the Print and Cut image. And we'll do that same thing for each of the pings. Now we should have all our components loaded. We can choose to pick all of them and load them all at one time, but I think I'm just going to do it one at a time so you can see how it works. I'm going to add that to Canvas. That's the first SVG. Now this box should be about 7 by 10, and it's pretty close. So we're going to leave that at that. Now that we've got our first component, our base, uploaded, we need to change these lines to pen lines and this line to a score line. And the way we do that is by selecting it, ungrouping, and let's change the score line first. So we'll just click on that. See how it's turned red? That means it's a score line. Then we'll change that to score. Now we'll select the pen lines. They should all be grouped. And we're going to change that to pen. Let's go ahead and make that a different color just so it shows up easier. Doesn't matter which color it is. All right, now we're going to go ahead and attach those all together. And we're ready to upload our next component. We'll add that to Canvas. We will check it to make sure it lines up properly, and it does. Now we also need to ungroup this and mark our score lines. So we select it, we ungroup it, and we select our score lines. They should all be grouped. Here's our red box, so let's change that to score. And select and attach. Now it's time to upload our pings. We've already got them uploaded, so let's just go ahead and select all the ones that we're going to use in this project. You don't have to load them all at one time, but you can if you want to. Now this is way too big, so we're just going to put it down, and you can just size it the way, whatever you think it ought to, it will look right on your project. There's no particular size. Looks like we've uploaded a few extra ones we don't need. Get rid of those. And this one also will just size depending on how it looks. Now this one will need to fit in here. So we're going to just scale it down till we get it about where we think it ought to be, and then we'll compare it. Okay, let's just move it down here and move it over here. Should be lined up just pretty good with that. Made it a little too small, so let's resize it. Okay, we're going to move that up just a little bit. And if you want to, you can align that at the top. Go to align top and align left, and that will line it up exactly. You can see it's a little bit not quite big enough, so we'll just adjust that. Here again, we'll align it to the left and the top. See where we are. Check your score lines and make sure. I think it's just a little tad too small, too big. That looks pretty good. So we'll leave that at there. And then we'll just use these whenever we get ready. We'll resize them when we get ready to cut them. If you want to, you can take this. It'll give you an idea of about how big it's going to be on the edge. Now we've got one more SVG file, one or two more SVG files. Let's see what we've got. Here we need this one right here. Let's add that to canvas. And these should be about the right size. Let's ungroup them and try it. And it should be, these two are the fronts and backs of the cards. I'm going to rotate that 90 degrees just to get an idea of about how it's going to lay on the card. And that looks pretty good, so we'll just leave that there. We'll leave that. I'm going to change that color just so we have it a different color. All right. You can change it to any color that you want. Okay, I think we're good to go. Now this is the vellum. This is the template for the vellum that will go behind the eyes of the pumpkins here. All right, I think we've got everything uploaded, and it's time to go ahead and make it. Now you'll need to put the vellum on the back side of the insert. But you also need to line up. So one of the things that you can do is to go ahead and line up, and then using a pencil or a pen, mark the corners so you'll know where to put them when you get the vellum on. Then you can put the vellum on the back of your insert. A little bit of glue around the edges will work just fine. This helps the light to shine through very nicely. In order to set up the circuit, you'll need some copper wire, a battery. This one is a CR2032, and some lights. These particular lights are Chibitronics. To begin building the circuitry, using your copper wire, let's get it started. Let's start on the negative side of it. We'll start here. And just follow the lines that are drawn. And you may need to bend back on itself a little bit to make your turns. And here again, when you get to the corners, you need to turn it back on itself. And when you get to the end, to where the battery is going to sit, allow a little extra to fold back on itself. Now let's put the battery in place with a little bit of double stick tape. Go ahead and, after you peeled off the paper off the double-sided tape, lay down your copper wire and then put your battery on. Next, you want to place the copper wire through the slit right where the line crosses it. Now follow the positive. All the way around. Folding at the corners. You want to continue the negative side by putting it through the slit also, but you want to bend it the opposite direction. Now when you bring it to the battery, allow about an inch or so on the copper wire. So that you can cross it across the battery. Here again, burnish it down pretty good, but you don't want to break the tape. The next step is to adhere the lights. And if you look at the lights, you'll see that there's a plus and a minus. So peel it off and place the light right where your hole is, with the top part of the light on the top plus side and the bottom part of the light on the bottom side. And continue to do this until you have all the lights done. Now we have our lights all secured with some additional copper tape. We're going to start working on the switch. So take your little 1/2 inch piece of paper, 2 of them, and fold them in half. And then slide them inside the slit, right where you have the copper tape located, all the way to the bottom. Both pieces. Now we're going to put a piece of copper tape across here. Then we're going to pull it out, and we're going to turn the copper tape, and then we're going to turn the paper again until we've got the copper tape all around the sides. And just overlap it a little bit. Then we're going to do the same thing on the top part of it. Just like we did the first go round. And overlap again. So there we have our little switch mechanism. And we will put our switch in the slit. And as you can see, if you pull it up, the lights go off. If you pull it down, the lights come on. Now we'll make the mechanism that causes it to light up. Take a piece of acetate I'll take a little piece of double stick tape and put it on the back side of the acetate, on that short end. Peel off the backing and place it on the 1/4 inch mark. The mark that's 1/4 inch from the fold of the card. Now take another piece of double-sided tape and put it on the switch. Peel the backing off. And carefully close, make sure your switch is all the way to the top. Carefully close the card so that the acetate overlaps the switch. Now when you open it, the light brings the switch down and causes the lights to come on. Let's put a little piece of double-sided tape on our remaining 2 1/2-inch pieces of paper or cardstock. And let's peel off part of the cover and cover the switch with one of those pieces of tape. And with the other piece, we'll turn it over. Again, peel off the backing. And cover this switch, this side of the switch. This is the insert on the card. You want to go ahead and fold along the score lines. This is how you can tell if the folds are correct, because it should lay flat. Then you want to lay your card, your insert over your card. So put some foam tape on the upper half of your insert and along the edges of your insert here, here, and here. And just a little piece, don't want to interfere with the acetate. So just a little piece there on that end.
Now you want to do the same thing on the other side, only you want to use just double-sided tape and not the foam tape. You want to line up your insert and carefully start peeling off the backing of the tapes. You want to be sure that you don't interfere with the switch. If you put the tape on this side, that you don't interfere with the switch. All right, now we want to adhere the background painting or drawing. Line it up so that the light shines through. Just put some glue on that. Set it in there. And again, line it up so that your lights are shining through. Then you can adhere your pop-up pieces. Put a little glue on that. Might need to hold them for a few minutes to let them dry a little bit. And we're going to let that dry for a few minutes. And once you've got that done, you want to add the front cover and the back cover to the card. This hides all your mechanisms. And I've added a pull open place for a gift card, but you don't have to do that. Also, you can add any kind of decorations that you want to put on it. I've included a name. Let's go ahead and use some foam tape to make it stand out a little bit better. This is the front of the card. Of course, you can put decorations or you can not put decorations, just whatever you'd like to do. And on the inside, I've added a few more pumpkins and some names. That's just whatever you'd like to do, to finish up your card. And that's all there is to it.
So here's the finished project. As you can see, when the card is open, the eyes and the pumpkins light up. I hope you've enjoyed this video. See you next time. Thanks for watching, and if you find this video useful, don't forget to click the like, subscribe, and notification bell to stay informed about more exciting projects. I appreciate you watching my video, and I will see you next time. If you're a Cricut user, you can access some of my free designs simply by opening the Cricut design space, and in the home screen, type in my shop name, Art Graphic Studio, and search. When this next screen comes up, scroll to the bottom and click on my profile. This will bring up my profile page, and all of my shared projects will be listed. Just a note though, if you're not a Cricut Access member, Cricut may want to charge you for any of their components that were used in the original design.